Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is your boy Fitzwong TV here, aka Jalorn33. I'm back here today with your Dragon Ball Super Manga Chapter 72 review slash reaction right here on the channel. And finally, we are here with the main battle of this arc. Goku Vegeta versus Granolah. And this has been hyped up now for nearly half a year when you think about it. Remember, Dragon Ball Super only gets one manga chapter a month, right? You know, it's not like One Piece or My Hero Academia or Doctor Stone where we get a chapter almost every week. Right? We only get one chapter a month, and this started back in chapter 67. That's when we first meet Granolah. We get the end of the Mora arc, and that goes directly into the beginning of the Granolah arc. And now here we are with chapter 72. It's been about 5 chapters. So this battle's been hyped up for nearly half a year, and it does not disappoint. This battle gets started with a bunch of fireworks. I am so excited to talk about it with you guys today. I did a quick skim through the chapter like I always do before I do these reactions, just so I know what I'm talking about. But I am so excited to get into this, man. Granolah is already a badass character to me. We'll see if they're able to keep that going through the upcoming chapters, right? And you know, Goku shines. Vegeta has a little bit of time, but this chapter is mainly focused on Goku versus Granolah. And I believe next chapter, that's when we'll get to see Vegeta get his crack at Granolah. Or we'll at least see Granolah in action. We also got to remember the Heater Clan. They are the big X factors. We don't get a lot of the Heater Clan in this chapter, but I believe, and I'm even more confident now after this chapter, that they are going to be the big villains somehow, and then eventually we're probably going to have Goku, Vegeta, and Granolah team up to go up against the Heater Clan. We're not there yet, but definitely by the way this chapter ended, that's where I think this is leading, and I'm very excited to see how it all unfolds. But we'll get to that when we get to the end of the chapter. So let's get into this, all right? So chapter 72 is called Saiyans and Cerealian, right? So clearly Goku and Vegeta meeting up with Granolah. And I want to also say one more quick thing is we barely got any spoilers for this chapter. This has been the second month where we've barely gotten spoilers for the chapter, and I'm not really complaining, you know, even though when we do get spoilers, I do cover them, right? But the fact that I was able to go into this not really knowing anything actually made my initial reaction to this chapter better. I really enjoyed this chapter, right? One, because this has been hyped up now for about 5 or 6 manga chapters, and 2, because I had a fresh take. You know, I didn't come into it already knowing what was going to happen. Everything that I saw, all the panels, all the art, right? All the dialogue, I'm seeing that for the first time. And it makes it actually a better experience for me, you know, because I'm used to knowing stuff before going into it. You know, because I cover spoilers and all that. But not having to deal with spoilers today actually made this chapter much more enjoyable for me. So if we don't get spoilers in the future, that's whatever. It's, you know, I'm not going to sit here and complain about it. But either way, I just want to mention that really quick because we didn't get any spoilers for this chapter beforehand other than the draft pages. But getting into it, right? You know, if you guys saw my draft pages video, you guys have seen all these panels already. This is them in full completed art. So 18 days later, so it takes Goku and Vegeta 18 days to finally get to Planet Cereal, right? So Vegeta mentions right away, seems peaceful enough. Because remember, they were told by the Heater Clan that this is, you know, Granolah, or yeah, the evil guy, right? The evil warrior is causing a rampage on this planet. And right away they see that it looks pretty peaceful. So Maki tells Goku and Vegeta that, you know, Granolah is on the mountain. Goku doesn't sense his key signature at first, right? And Vegeta's like, maybe he's suppressing his power. And, you know, of course, Maki doesn't want, you know, getting any closer would be risky. We'll hang back. We hope you understand. And they fly off, right? And then you can see Maki's face turns into more of an evil grin. And, of course, Oil is sent as a spy because they want to keep track of what's going on. Remember, their hope is that Goku and Vegeta will team up and that they will take out Granolah themselves, right? And we know that the rest of the Heater Clan, they're tasked with fighting the 2 Dragon Balls on Planet Cereal to wish for whatever. It could be to make potentially gas into the strongest. It could be, you know, one of them wishes for eternal knowledge, because we know that Alec highly believes that the one with the most knowledge and the most information is the strongest in the universe. Who knows? Maybe we don't know. We don't know, but there are possibilities for what their wish could be, and we'll see that unfold in upcoming chapters. But so you see, they have walkie-talkies. Oil's like, "I'll give you the play-by-play," kind of so nice little sports commentating reference, right? So Mackie says, "I just got word they're about to arrive, Alec and Gas." So Alec and Gas, they're about to arrive to planet Cereal, and as you can see, they're about to land. So Alec mentions, "I haven't been back here for 40 years. And remember, 40 years ago, that's when Granola's people were almost nearly wiped out, and he was the only survivor." And remember, Granolah still doesn't know that Alec, and the rest of the Heater clan, they worked with the Frieza Force to kind of, take over planet Cereal. Plus, remember, on the side, that's how Alec worked out the deal with the Sugar Aliens by selling the planet to them so that they could have a home for themselves. So remember, Granolah has no idea that the Heater clan, the people that he's been working with for all these years, they were part of the reason why that his people got destroyed and wiped out. So this is interesting. Gas says, "My memories of this planet are not particularly good ones." Alex says, "It's fine, Gas. You've changed a lot since then. It won't be like last time." And he says, "Right, of course." So that's something we got to note of. It's only one page. Remember, this is only one page. And that's all we see of Alec and Gas in this chapter. The rest of this chapter is just Goku and Vegeta versus Granolah, which we're about to get into. But clearly, Gas had some kind of experience on this planet beforehand. He had some kind of experience over 40 years ago. Maybe he had an encounter with some of the Cerealians that he's remembered all these years. Who knows? But remember, also last chapter, Alec told Gas, "It's not your time to fight yet." And it's almost made clear to us that Gas is the strongest of his family, even though Alec's the leader. Maybe there's still something we haven't, been revealed, that hasn't been revealed to us yet, but it's clear that they're setting up Gas to have some kind of big role. And like I said earlier, I believe that, Granola's clearly not a villain. And I think this is going to lead to Goku and Vegeta and Granolah teaming up to go up against the Heater clan. And maybe Gas becoming the strongest. That might be the big thing. Because remember, Gas was disappointed that he wasn't allowed to fight Granolah earlier. So clearly they're setting up Gas to have a big role. And he could become the big boss of this arc. We don't know if Frieza's... We still don't even know if Frieza's going to even appear, right? So keep our eyes on Gas. Even though... Because they did this last month. They gave you like 1 or 2 pages of Gas and Alec. But the dialogue, it was something you had to pay attention to. And they're doing that here with this chapter as well. So pay attention to Gas. Pay attention to him. Because he will have some kind of big role later on. So we see Goku and Vegeta. I love how Vegeta flies with his arms folded. So do you think this is where the big villain went on a rampage? I doubt it. These ruins appear to be quite old. Clearly, those ruins are from when the Saiyans destroyed planet Cereal all those years ago. And they also fly past where the Sugar Aliens inhabit. So Vegeta says, "The new cities don't appear to have been attacked at all." So Goku and especially Vegeta, if you notice throughout this chapter, Vegeta's looking at everything. He's very aware of the environment. And, he's taking everything into account because clearly things are not as it seems, right? The Heater clan told them one thing, that, Granola's on a rampage. But Vegeta notices right away that, if he truly was on a rampage, wouldn't there be like fresher ruins? Wouldn't the city be in more chaos, right? So pay attention to how Vegeta is aware of everything going on around him. I do like that about Vegeta. There's only one thing about Vegeta that pisses me off in this chapter, and we'll get to that when we get there. So as they get closer to the hill, right where Granolah is, Goku notices a ki blast coming at him, and he dodges it. Mind you, Goku's not using UI here. Remember, Goku can kind of turn on UI and turn it off whenever he wants, and we'll talk about that a little bit later because I find that really cool. You guys know I'm kind of a UI mark. But as we see Goku dodging the blast, so as Vegeta as well, Goku says, "These blasts are deadly accurate. I can barely dodge them." Vegeta says trace them to their origin. That's where we'll find him, right? So try to see where the blasts are coming from because that's where Granolah is going to be. So we see Vegeta transform the Super Saiyan, and I like how Goku and Vegeta still use their other forms. I think a lot of people, especially me, were concerned that, oh, Vegeta's just going to rely on Super Saiyan Blue Evolution or whatever new transformation he gets. And now that Goku can use UI and turn it on and off at will, Goku's only going to use UI. But I like how Torotaro and Toriyama are finding ways for Goku and Vegeta to still use their lesser forms at the start of battles, right? Because they never, Goku, especially Goku, he never goes out right away. And I love that. It gets me hyped when Goku and Vegeta go through the stages of their transformations. So I really do like how we get to see, the classic Golden Super Saiyan. And then you guys will see, God in Blue later on. So they noticed that the blast stop, right? And Goku's like expect, or Vegeta's like expect more. So Goku in his base form, remember this is base form UI. We see Goku, he uses base form UI. Vegeta's in transform Super Saiyan, and they go after the origin of the Ki Blast, right? So I really like this panel right over here because you can see he has his eyes closed, and you can clearly see he's using UI to dodge all the Ki Blasts, while Vegeta, Vegeta doesn't use UI. He's just dodging them, with his mind, like normal, right? So as they're getting closer to the location, we see they land where they believe the shots were coming from, and it's clear that Granolah is no longer there. So Vegeta's like, these shots were definitely coming from this spot, but from behind they see that shots are now coming from above, right? So they're showcasing Granolah has really good sniping ability, which I really do like. It makes him unique, and we've seen that in action, in the previous chapters. But now you're going up against Goku and Vegeta, right? You're going up against the big dogs. So we see Goku and Vegeta, they're dodging them, and now they're going up in the air. And clearly Goku's still in his base form, and now he's not using UI. I want you guys to remember that. Like here, Goku's clearly using UI to dodge that. Which, like I said, I'm a UI mark. Like anytime I see Goku using UI, I lose my mind. But you see Goku's dodging Goku's dodging the Ki Blast with UI. But now over here, he's just dodging them normally. So like I said, it's like flipping a switch. So we see now Goku notices they're not only coming from above, but they're also coming from down below. So Vegeta says, so you're saying he's moving faster than we can keep up with. But all of a sudden, as Goku goes to respond, Goku gets hit from behind. And we've seen this before, especially if you guys have watched the anime of Dragon Ball Super. So I don't know if Torotaro got this idea from watching the Dragon Ball Super anime, because he didn't use this concept when in the manga. But still, we see some very, very, very similar similarities to a certain battle from the DBS anime. It's actually a filler battle, and we'll talk about that in just a second. So you see Goku goes down, and you can see by his eyes, he gets knocked down hard, right? He's knocked out unconscious. And Vegeta says he struck a vital point with such accuracy from that far away. And we see that Vegeta has the sensu beans. Usually it's Goku who carries the sensu beans in his gi, but now it's Vegeta. So that's a little bit different, right? And Vegeta says, I'll hate to use any of our sensu beans before we've even seen our enemy, but Vegeta's like, eat up you. We've only brought 2 beans with us. So that's something to note of. It's like not on Earth where, like Krillin's carrying a bag full of sensu beans. They only have 2, and Goku's already had to use one on himself because of Granolah. And you guys have to understand something here. Some people are going to be like, oh, Goku got bodied, right, already. What are they doing here? You guys have to remember, Goku's in base form. Goku's in his base form. He's not even transformed. He's not even using Super Saiyan. He's not even using base form Ultra Instinct. He's just Goku. He's just normal Goku right here. And they have to do this because they have to make Granolah look like a threat. Remember, at this point, Goku and Vegeta, they face so many guys from Frieza, Boo, Cell. They just finished Moro, who looked like, who had similarities to so many other opponents they faced. They faced Jiren, who was super strong, and Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan, and all these other guys, right? You have to make Granolah look like a threat, especially at this point in the series where Goku and Vegeta have knowledge of so many different enemies. Remember, every enemy has to be stronger than the last and has to be unique in a way to challenge Goku and Vegeta and have them evolve as fighters. That's something you guys got to remember here. So Goku getting shot down early here is just showcasing that Granolah is not, someone to mess with. He is very, very dangerous just from afar. Remember, Goku and Vegeta haven't even met him yet at this point in the chapter. So you guys got to remember that. So Goku wakes up, he apologizes to Vegeta, and Vegeta's like, get up. Those attacks could, resume at any second. And Vegeta's like, you rely on Ultra Instinct too much. If you haven't perfected it yet, then dodge using your mind. So Goku's not, at the point where he can use UI all the time. Remember, that was the goal of Whis' training. So that Goku could get to a point where he would be using UI all the time in any form. Right now, Goku can, switch it on and off. But he's not at the point where it's automatic for him. Because at that point, Goku would kind of be OP. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's the kind of Goku we get at the end of Z anyway. But still, we're not. That's another topic for another day. But I do like how Vegeta here, it's like, we don't got time for this. Vegeta's not using all his normal insults like coward or idiot. He's just like, get up, man. We don't got time. We got, Granolah could attack us at any second. So I kind of like I said, I really do like the way Vegeta's written in this chapter, other than one thing. So Goku transforms into Super Saiyan. So I like that, right? Golden Super Saiyan. And Goku and Vegeta basically find Granolah. And what does this remind you of? I told you guys just a second ago that this battle is very similar to a battle that took place in the anime. That battle is Goku versus Hit's rematch. Not their original battle from the Universe 6, Universe 7 tournament. I'm talking about their battle from, it's a filler arc. It takes place after the Goku Black arc. Right, and basically we see Hit he targets Goku's vitals during that, and basically it doesn't matter how strong you are, when you target someone's vitals, they can only take so much. I'm not a science guy, but I believe probably like your kidney, right? Your heart, of course. When you're targeting vital spots, eventually, no matter how strong you are, you will get worn down and you can be defeated. That can happen to anybody. Goku, Vegeta, anybody, right? And I like this. So you see, Goku fires a ki blast into the forest and Granolah dodges it, right? And Goku says, instant teleportation? No, it's even faster for that. And think about this is also something we saw from the Goku versus Hit battle in the Dragon Ball Super anime. Go back, if you guys want, go back and rewatch that battle after watching this video. You will see a lot of similarities here. Remember, Hit was moving faster than time. Time skip. Come on. So this is basically telling you that Granolah is so fast that he's faster than time itself. That's how fast Granolah is moving. That's why, so it's not really instant teleportation, but it's even faster than that. So you see Torutarou taking influence from other things. This is something Torutarou always does. Clearly, he's taking influence from the DBS anime with the Goku and Hit rematch. So Granolah says, I have no name for that technique. It's just a small fraction of the power that elevated me to the strongest in the universe. So Vegeta's like, oh, so you're the one running his mouth about being the strongest. And Granolah introduces himself, and he says, I am Granolah, the last of the Cerealians. And Goku and Vegeta, we've never heard of that before, right? And Granolah says, you may not know us, but I know your kind all too well, Saiyans. So Granolah's like, so there really were some survivors. And Vegeta's like, you hold some grudge against us Saiyans? And Granolah's like, why should I tell you? Either way, your tribe is fated to meet its end here. And I like that. Granolah has that badass vibe. He's not here to waste time, And It will be interesting later in the arc because, like I said, I believe the Heater Clan are gonna have a huge role later on, and my prediction is we'll probably see Granolah have to team up with Goku and Vegeta at some point to face the Heater Clan or some other enemy, right? And it'll be interesting if Granolah still has that same aura, because one thing that I always joke about with the Mara arc is, yeah, Mara was such a badass for about 80% of the arc, and then once Master UI Goku whooped his ass, he acted like a pussy. He was like, spare me, please don't kill me. And then he tried to fool Goku with the sensu bean, and then he got his hand broken, right? So we'll see if Granolah keeps up that aura about him, that badass, aura, he has about himself as we go through this arc and this battle. But I love how he's like, why should I tell you? Your tribe is fated to meet its end here. Because Goku and Vegeta and Broly, remember, they're the only 3 full-fledged Saiyans left in Universe 7. So Granolah puts his hand down, and we see the area around it explodes. Right? But it doesn't even explode. It gets decimated. So we see Vegeta says, like, it was similar to destruction. So a lot of people had theories that Granolah has a technique that is similar to Hakai. So that also brings about the question, does Granolah have a technique that's similar to Ultra Instinct? So we've already seen Granolah use something that's faster than instant teleportation. Now he's using something that's similar to Hakai. Right? Could he have something that rivals Ultra Instinct? It does bother me a little bit because Granolah got this power not by training like Goku and Vegeta always do. Like, he got this from the Dragon Balls. So what's keeping any other enemy, right? Anybody in the future from this using the Dragon Balls on planet Syria or wherever to make a wish to, to get them to Goku and Vegeta's level like that? So that does bother me, but remember, we still have a long way to go in this arc. We still got to see, But I love how Granolah's like, I have no name for these techniques. So Goku's like, does that mean he can use our techniques? And Vegeta's like, ridiculous. So Granolah's like, escaping into the air, you're stronger than I expected. So Goku's like, what, should we attack him together? Vegeta's like, don't be absurd. I'm in no mood for teamwork. Like I said, Goku and Vegeta only team up when they're in dire circumstances. They don't need to, at least not yet. But remember, they only have one sensu being left. Whis isn't there. They're by themselves. And remember, Bulma and Chi-Chi told them, get out of there. Things get hairy. Don't stay. Right? It's not about the money. I care more about your safety than, the money here. So I do like that. So we'll see. We'll see. Events. Down the line. Will Goku and Vegeta have to use fusion? Right? Will something else have to happen here? Because remember, they don't have Whis in there to get out of it. Well, they could use Goku's instant transmission if they needed to, but remember, they're not on Earth. They don't have all these resources to their disposal right now, where they can just heal themselves at any moment. So this is the one thing that gets me mad about this chapter in terms of Vegeta. I really do like Vegeta's attitude in this chapter, except for this one line right here. I came here to prove my superiority over you. And even Goku's like, okay. Like, remember, Goku, we know that Goku and Vegeta have this rival. Oh, come on. All right, there we go. We know that Goku and Vegeta have this rivalry, right? And they want to be better than one another. But it's not Goku's main goal for training. Goku trained to surpass his limits and become the best version of himself. Vegeta knows this. And at times, Vegeta does show that for himself. Like, he did that during the Moral Saga. But still, it's like they still have to tell you all the time that Vegeta still wants to surpass Kakarot. Like, he wants to prove that he's number one, right? Like, it's at this point in Super, like, why does that matter? Vegeta in the Moral Saga was written really, really well. He barely mentioned. He mentioned it only like maybe once or twice. But for the most part, he didn't really focus on, surpassing Goku. He was more focused on taking out Moro, because he knew how big a threat Moro was to Earth, and he wanted to, make up for the sins that he did in the past, like, slaying the Namekians in the Frieza saga, So the fact that Vegeta at this point in Super is still that much concerned with being better than Goku, it's like, come on, man. Torotaro, stop writing Vegeta. That's like the one thing that you just need to eliminate from Vegeta's character and he'll be good. Right? The one thing. Vegeta should be focused on getting stronger to protect what he cares about and becoming the best fighter himself. You know, he doesn't need to fight, to prove that he's superior to Goku. Like, even Goku's like, okay, like, really? Is that more important than us teaming up here? So even Goku, is like, you know, but Vegeta says you may fight him first, right? And Goku's like, huh, you sure? Because usually whenever it comes Goku, Vegeta, like they do rock, paper, scissors or whatever to decide who gets to fight their opponent first. But Vegeta right now is like, nah, you fight him first, And Vegeta's like, he's already hit you once, so you need to get payback for that. And Goku's like, I mean, I guess, but okay. But like I said, that's the only thing that bothered me about this chapter for Vegeta. Vegeta needs to get over wanting to be better than Goku and just focus on himself. And Granola's like, "What are you doing? Get down here!" Unless you rather be shot down again. And Goku's like, "Okay, I'll take the lead on this one." And Vegeta's like, "Go on." And Vegeta, folds his arms and he goes back to base form. So Goku's like, "You're up against me first, Granolah." And Granola's like, "You plan to fight me alone? You really are a tribe of fools." And even, you remember, Oil, the whole point of having Goku and Vegeta there is if they fight him 2-on-1, there's no way that Granola's going to be able to take out both of them at once, right? And it could come back to, hurt Goku and Vegeta near the end that they didn't team up from the start. But remember, Goku and Vegeta, they never team up unless it's dire circumstances. And right now it's not at that point yet. So Vegeta's like, this Granolah guy seems to be up to something. I'll keep an eye on the situation for now. There may be more to this than yet another villain to defeat. So even Vegeta's like, this may be more than just, Moro. Remember, Moro needed to be defeated as quickly as possible because he had evil intentions. But right now, Vegeta's already figured out, all right, like, look, the planet's in better condition than we were told it was. And Granolah doesn't seem to be as evil as appeared. Because if he was truly evil, he would be trying to take out Goku and Vegeta as quickly as possible, right? So Vegeta's like, all right, I believe there's more to the eye. And hopefully you guys can't hear that. There is someone cutting grass outside. But hopefully, I have noise suppression on. So hopefully it doesn't bother you guys too much. Hopefully. But I do like how Vegeta, like I said, I really do like Vegeta's mindset in this chapter, other than him saying, oh, I'm here to prove how stronger, to prove that I'm, more superior than you, Kakarot. But Vegeta's like, there may be more than this, than yet another villain to defeat. I do like that line. So Vegeta's very aware of the situation. So Granolah asks, where's the monstrous ape form you people are known for? And Goku's like, oh, you sure know a lot about us. And Granola's like, based on my horrible experience, yes. Clearly, when Planet Cereal was destroyed 40 years ago. Goku's like, we can't pull off that transformation anymore. Remember, Goku and Vegeta, they don't have their tails. Plus, they don't need it. They don't need it. And then we see Goku go into Super Saiyan God. And at first I was surprised. I thought Goku would go maybe in the Super Saiyan Blue first, or even UI Omen. But he goes into Super Saiyan God. You guys know I love Super Saiyan God. It's like my second favorite form after Ultra Instinct. I love how Torotaro still finds ways for Goku and Vegeta to use their other forms. Especially Super Saiyan God. That's been a staple throughout Dragon Ball Super. We've seen it in every single arc. So, it's like, first golden hair and now red. I thought all Saiyans had black hair. And Goku explains that, we've got all these transformations through the years based off our training. And Granolah is like, God, because Goku says this one's called Super Saiyan God. That's a bold claim. A name that's odd with the savage nature of your kind. I love it. Because basically, everything Granolah knows about Saiyans is based off what they did to his race all those years ago. And now he's learning that Saiyans have evolved so much since then. So we see the battle is about to start. Vegeta's watching. Gas is watching. I really love this. The battle begins. Super Saiyan God Goku versus Granolah. Here we go. So we see I love Granolah's stance here, so the fingers. And we've seen him use the fingers a lot throughout this arc. So Goku quickly says like he's fast. So Goku dodges it, and remember, Goku's not using UI here. Goku's just dodging it normally, using his senses. So he blocks a bunch of Granolah's attacks, and all of a sudden, this is where I get hyped. Goku's like, I can't find an opening, and he's not backing down. In that case, he closes his eyes, and it is clear. Vegeta confirms it. Goku is using Ultra Instinct in Super Saiyan God. So it is now confirmed that Goku can use Ultra Instinct in his other states. He can't use it like automatically like that. Remember, he's not at the point now where he's using Ultra Instinct all the time, but that's clearly where this is leading. Goku's going to get to a point where he can use Ultra Instinct all the time, no matter what state he is. And the fact that they're doing this now is hype. You guys know I am a huge Ultra Instinct mark. This is awesome. And you guys got to remember, Goku being able to use Ultra Instinct in all his forms, and I'm probably going to do another video on this. It has nothing to do with power. It's more Goku taking the properties of what makes Ultra Instinct, right? Being able to clear his mind and, have his body react on his own, and using that with the power that he gets from his other forms. So Goku's basically using what makes UI with his other Super Saiyan forms, and that's how he's able to use it in any form. We saw him using it with the base form earlier in the chapter. He didn't use it with Golden Hair, but now he's using it with Super Saiyan God. And so you guys have to remember here that the trump card here is still Silver Hair UI. No matter what form Goku uses, the trump card is Silver Hair UI. We said that last chapter. Use Silver Hair UI as a trump card because of the power and everything you get from that. So that's Goku's max power from right now. And that should stay his max power. Goku should not be getting any more transformations outside of Silver Hair UI. Nothing at all. So I love how Goku's blocking it. Vegeta says, I see. It becomes more accurate when used in conjunction with a Super Saiyan form. So the higher level of Super Saiyan form Goku uses it, the more accurate it becomes. And remember, Goku has full mastery over all his other forms, at this point in the show. So we see Granolah dodges and he gets up in the air. And he does some new finger move, which looks really cool. I love the visual of it. And he's like, take this. And he fires it. So it's almost like a homing blast. We saw Gogeta do something like this against Broly in the DragonBallSuper Broly movie. And Goku, I love this panel right here. Goku using Ultra Instinct, dodges it. Loves it. But this is awesome. So Goku, right, he thinks, I'm back to normal. Right? I love Goku's face here. He's taking things seriously. When he's in UI, remember, his mind is mostly clear for the most part. He's not normal Goku like here. You can see the emotions on his face. When he's in UI, it's a completely different state of being. So I do like that. So Goku gets up and Granolah hits him in the chest. And it looks like it looks like it doesn't have much effect on Goku. But yet, here we are, Granolah using his eye, right? He was able to figure out the perfect mark where Goku's body would be aligned for him to hit him. Remember, Granolah's eye gives him more than just advanced sight. It gives him all these other things. So, and we see here, Goku's like, oh, you almost got me there. I slipped up. But all of a sudden, he falls right back to base. I want to remind you guys, don't get mad here. Remember, Goku's not at full power. He's not using full power Super Saiyan Blue or UI Omen or Silver Hair UI yet, right? This is just to showcase that Granolah is a threat. Granolah is a threat, and you cannot take him lightly. So, basically, so Gas is surprised, Vegeta's surprised, so he's like, that attack looked like a little tap, right? But Vegeta mentioned, and remember, we've seen this with Hit, guys. Vegeta says he targeted a vital point once again. How is he learning Kakarot's weaknesses so quickly? Remember, Goku's using Super Saiyan God here. This is supposed to show you guys that Granolah truly is a threat. He's not to be taken lightly. So Granolah explains, your reaction time is incredibly fast. I can tell that your body moves on its own before your brain even processes incoming attacks. So Granolah is able to tell. He doesn't know, it's called Ultra Instinct, but he can tell that Goku's body is reacting on its own. And that's how Goku got the upper hand there. So I really love the dynamics of this battle, bro. I love it. Goku and Granolah's styles clash really, really well, right? And even though Granola's personality reminds me a little more like Vegeta, the way he classes with Goku here makes this much more enjoyable. So Goku's like, you know this, huh? However, even a flawless fighter cannot hide his vital points. Doesn't matter how strong you are, you still have vital points. And your vital points are what essentially keeps you alive. Target your vital points enough and eventually you will fall. Hit has done this to Goku and Vegeta in the anime, right? So Granola's like, as you dodged, I observed your blood flow and muscle movements, and I learned exactly where to strike, right? And Goku's like, damn, you can see my blood flow? And Granolah says, this right eye of mine is the sharpest in the universe. It sees all. So I love here Granola's like explaining here. Remember, if Granolah was the villain, he wouldn't be explaining this at all. He wouldn't be. So Vegeta's like, sharpest in the universe? So Vegeta's like, a tribe driven to extinction, known for their evolved right eyes. This is starting to sound familiar. So now Vegeta looks at the ruins, right? He's looking at the ruins of what was Planet Cereal, and he's finally figuring out. He's figuring out, who Granolah truly is. So Goku mentioned. So we'll talk about that in just a sec. I'm getting ahead of myself. So Granola's like, and that's not all that my eye can perceive. You're still concealing your power, aren't you? So Granola's eye, man. So clearly the Cerealians, they have advanced eyesight, especially within their right eye, right? So Granolah can see things like blood flow. He can tell, how Goku's techniques work. And he can also see that Goku's hiding his true strength. So Granola's like, I don't know what you're up to, but you really don't have the luxury of holding back. And Goku's like, you're right. I still have an even stronger transformation. Hurry up and get on with it. I don't have the duty. I have no duty to wait for your sake. Granola's such a badass the way he talks. As long as the other Saiyan is still alive, I can extract Frieza's location from him. It's no skin off my nose to kill you where you stand. And Goku's like, what? Frieza's location? What are you talking about? Because remember, Granolah believes, based off the information that the Hero Clan gave him, Goku and Vegeta are two soldiers from the Frieza army. And Granolah wants that information to go get revenge. But Goku and Vegeta, they don't work for Frieza. They're not friends with Frieza at all. So Granola's like, don't play dumb with me. I've sacrificed my lifespan in order to take revenge. So I won't let you waste my precious time here. So I like a Granolah, he's like, I only got 3 years left. I have one mission. My only mission is to take out Frieza and get revenge for my people. So I love that. I love that. Granola's not going to sit here, waste time, play these games. But remember, he doesn't know that Goku and Vegeta, they've been manipulated by the Hero Clan. They're being manipulated here, He goes like, revenge? Hang on, I thought you were a bad guy. So you guys remember in the Broly movie when Goku was able to figure out very quickly that that Broly wasn't a bad guy. Now you're seeing that again here. Goku's figured out that Granolah is not a bad guy. They're telling you that Granolah is not a villain here. He just wants revenge. And Vegeta's starting to, put the pieces together as well. So Granolah's like, shut up, Saiyan. You'll pay for your crimes against the Cerealians. Take this, and he powers up. So Granolah powers up. And Oil says Granolah has an aura now too. So now Granolah has his own aura. And Goku's like, whoa, you can boost your power that much? As I mentioned, I'm the universe's strongest warrior, superior to your people in every way. And Goku's like, but I've trained a lot recently, so don't think you can claim that title so easily. And Goku transforms into Super Saiyan Blue, and I love that. I love that. He's like, oh, classic Goku. I love that, man. My boy. So we see Goku in the Super Saiyan Blue. I love the way this art looks. So Goku and Vegeta have now powered up. Remember, Goku still has UI-Omen, right? Even though UI-Omen does have a stamina issue, and he has transformed Ultra Instinct. So once again, Goku using all of his forms. Love it. Love how Toritaro does that here in this chapter. So Granola's like, blue hair? Yes, we call this one Super Saiyan Blue. And we don't have this colored yet, but I hope Granola's aura is green. Me personally, I hope he gets that Broly green aura. You know, but we'll see. And Granola's like, I couldn't care less what it's called. Just fight me. And they go at it. So Super Saiyan Blue. Remember, Goku can probably use UI with Super Saiyan Blue at this point, right? So I guess you could say Super Saiyan Blue Ultra Instinct Goku versus Granolah. Let's get it. Right? Let's get it, man. So we can see, I love the way this looks. So a ferocious battle takes place. And now the people on the Sugarellians, right? They're starting to feel the battle as well. They're looking up in the air. They're seeing smoke. It feels like an earthquake's taking place because of the ferocious battle between Goku and Granolah. I cannot wait to get this animated, bro. I know we got the Dragon Ball Super movie coming in 2022, but I'm loving this, people. I'm loving it. So, as Goku and Vegeta, right, they're fighting all over the sky. A ferocious battle is taking place. Vegeta, he's looking at the ground, and he's looking at the footprints. He's looking at the footprints, and you can see, that these are footprints from a great ape. So Vegeta's like, yes, I see. It's all making sense now. I think I know who he is. And then that's how the chapter ends. So clearly, right, as Goku and Vegeta as Goku and Granola's battle continues, right, Vegeta can see, is starting to figure out. Goku was able to figure out that Granolah is not a bad guy, and Vegeta has figured out who Granolah truly is. So I'm willing to bet when we get the early draft pages for Manga Chapter 73 next month, that's what we're going to get to see. I think we're going to get to see Vegeta confront Granolah. I don't know if that will interrupt Goku's fight, but I do think Vegeta's gonna, step in next chapter, because I don't think we're gonna see Silver Hair UI Goku versus Granolah. I don't think we're gonna see that, at least not yet. Remember, that's the trump card. That's Goku's ace in the hole, and Silver Hair UI, in my opinion, should not be defeated ever. So I feel like Vegeta's gonna get in before we see Goku use Silver Hair UI. Maybe we see Ultra Instinct Omen Goku, right? But I don't think we'll see Silver Hair UI, at least not yet. I think we'll see that later on this arc, maybe later, near the final battle with either Granolah, or if it's Gas or Frieza or somebody else. I don't think we'll see Silver Hair UI next chapter, but we still have a whole month before we even get Manga Chapter 73. But the big thing here is, as the battle ramps up with Granolah versus Super Saiyan Blue Goku, right? Super Saiyan Blue Ultra Instinct Goku, whatever you want to call it. I love it. And, as that battle ramps up, we're seeing Vegeta and Goku figure out the pieces. Goku figures out that Granola's not a bad guy, and Vegeta's figuring out that, all right, Granolah is not the guy that the Hero Clan told us. This guy is somebody completely different, and we'll see how that all unfolds next chapter. So we'll see if Goku, Vegeta, and Granolah figure out that they were manipulated into fighting one another. But I am really enjoying how this is all going. I really enjoyed this chapter. Right? Some people are going to say, oh, why didn't we get Ultra Instinct Omen or Master UI? Guys, don't rush this. You guys really want to rush the battle like that? I don't want that. I want to enjoy this battle for as long as I can. Come on. I love the action. That's the best part of Dragon Ball. Don't rush the fight. I love how Goku's going through each one of his transformations slowly. So, either way, really enjoyable chapter. Really love the dynamics of the battle between Goku and Granolah. I'm going to do some extra videos. Probably do one talking about Ultra Instinct. Another one talking about Granolah's abilities. Because there's still a lot that, we got to figure out there. But either way, man, this was a really enjoyable chapter. I love where this battle is going. Clearly, we got to pay attention to Gas and the Hero Clan. Figuring out what their wish is going to be. And what is Gas's role here, man? Is he going to be the next strongest, right? But Either way, man, really good chapter. Let me know in the comment section what you guys thought. Leave a like on the video if you guys enjoyed. Other than that, guys, that's all I got for you guys today. Subscribe if you guys are new to the channel by hitting the big red button right next to my name, Fitzmonk TV, so you guys are notified every time I post a new video. Thank you guys for everything. Thank you guys for the love and support. I'll see you guys later. Stay safe and healthy, y'all. Peace.